bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The island of Abaco is getting ready for Hurricane Irma, and we have a team getting ready to ride out the storm on that island. Here is Megan Shepard.
Thanks, Sheena. Well, cameraman Philip Marsh and I arrived just over an hour ago, and we were able to drive around briefly. And I must say, I am impressed with the amount of persons that are preparing for this hurricane. A lot of homes and businesses are already boarded up. They have their shelters. We drove past one of the grocery stores, and I saw a lot of cars. Persons are getting their supplies as well as fueling up. The gas stations, they're full. There's lines, and persons are taking this seriously. Now, with me, I have Maxine Duncombe, Senior Deputy Family Island Administrator, who can give us a better overview of what's happening here on the island of Abaco.
Hi, Tashina. Thank you for coming to Abaco, but people are taking the storm very seriously. They're not taking this lightly. As you said, you've seen evidence of that, where persons are taking the necessary precaution to ensure that their properties are protected and that they, protect their lives. But we are taking this very seriously.
We're here at the government complex now where the command center is. Talk about some of the agencies, and you guys have been meeting all week and preparing for this hurricane.
Yes, we have. And as a matter of fact, we have been meeting since the 23rd of August of this year. And I have a terrific team here, a disaster preparedness team that I met in place. And we work together very well. All of the heads of department, all the core group, they've all participated. And so we are just ready to go. We have the command center up and running, and we're just waiting for the signals from NEMA, and we are ready to go.
And I know you have some more checks to complete right after this. Talk about the shelters and how are they prepared?
The shelters are prepared. We have about 15 shelters on the entire Abaco. Social services have been working diligently to ensure that the necessary inspections had taken place. I believe today they were out very, very busy, ensuring that the kits, the hurricane kits, were transported to all of the shelters. And so they really deserve credit for the hard work that they do. And yes, you are right. I have some more inspections to do, and that's not going to end right now.
Okay, any final advice to the residents of Abaco?
Well, I'd like for Abaconians to continue with their preparation. If they have not done so, they should have been completed. But they need to continue preparing, and they need to make sure that their properties are safe and that they protect their lives.
Okay, and so the key words now for Hurricane Irma is prepare, plan, pray, and just wait it out. So from the islands of Abaco, on behalf of Philip Marsh, I'm Megan Shepard. Back to you, Shashina.
Thank you so much, Megan. Well, over in Bimini, residents on that island are scrambling to get off that major resort over there. Bimini Resorts World shut down its operations yesterday with the plan of reopening September 13th. We spoke with Chief Counselor Robbie Smith just a short time ago, who says more than 300 Bimini residents left the island today.
A lot of them in a panic mode, which they just need to control themselves until, we're going to try our best to assist with everybody to evacuate who needs to evacuate. It's really not a mandatory that you evacuate, but we try to get as much people who wants to leave. So that's what we're doing right now. So we on the go from 9 o'clock this morning, and we still got a lot of people at the airport, and they flying them into Nassau. You had a few went into Freeport, but the majority is flying into Nassau. Just about everybody who's worked up at Resort World who's from a different island, most of them have flown out already. So the airport is right now packed with Biminites.
Now, nonetheless, he says shelters are prepared and government buildings have been secured. He says they have encountered a major challenge, though.
wasn't able to come in from Florida because G&G canceled the boat, so we had to make best with what we had. People are scrapping as much, you know what I mean, much pieces of wood that they can scrap to try protect the windows, however, but, you know, the demand for plywood would have been, you know, normally we would get assistance from up at the other end of the resort with the big construction what they got going on, but that never came to light.
Now back here in Grand Bahamas, some residents were making a mad dash to local stores as they tried to prepare for the passing of Hurricane Irma. Italia Hall has more.
Residents rushed to the various supermarkets Thursday morning. They stood in line waiting to purchase their last-minute hurricane supplies.
I purchased bread, corned beef, tuna, canned spaghetti.
Just a lantern and several water items.
Water, battery, portable radio, and basically that's it. We have our shutters, the roof has just been repaired, so we're good.
Now from the food stores, we visited a local bank in the Freeport area, but here, when residents went to use the ATM, they found out that there was no more cash left, and they were very disappointed.
I feel that that's a bogus situation for a time like this in a hurricane. With a hurricane approaching so fast, we all are here and we need to get access to our savings. So right now it's kind of shocking.
I feel traumatized. I need some money. This is when you wait for the last minute, right? But there's nothing we can do, just hope for the best.
Very disappointing for me, very disappointing because, you know, the storm is coming.
This resident says through it all, he's hoping for the best, but preparing for the worst.
Well, I think Grand Bahamas has taken everything serious since 2004 when we had those 3 hurricanes in 11 months. You know, I think people are now understanding the severity.
Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Italia Hall.
And this release from Focal Services, Focal Service Stations island-wide will close on Friday, September 8th, 2017 at 9 p.m. until Hurricane Irma passes and an official all-clear has been announced. According to Focal's Grand Bahama General Manager Stephen Adderley, panic is not necessary as it relates to supply. Sufficient fuel during these challenging times, he says, is a pivotal part of our strategic planning, and our caring and competent team at Focal remains committed to providing a service of excellence. According to Adderley, in the aftermath of Irma, at the earliest possible and practical opportunity, Focal services will resume. Stay with us, there's more news right after this.